All right. Welcome to this segment of the show where we're going to talk about OCD and anxiety frequently asked questions or FAQs. And on this episode, we're going to talk about the question, or we're going to answer the question, how do I stop intrusive thoughts? Right. So I get a lot of emails and comments and requests on this idea of intrusive thoughts. So so I want to talk about them. And so for context, this is a question that I usually get, right? And because this is the initial desire of someone that's reaching out for help, is I'm having all these intrusive thoughts and I want to know how to stop them. So the paradox of, like, I always talk about how OCD and anxiety recovery is a complete paradox, right? And how oftentimes what we think recovery is and we're trying to force to happen is what actually causes the problem in the first place. So there's something called the law of reversed effort, right? And what happens is like when we're trying to put a lot of effort in to make something happen, it paradoxically almost creates that exact event, right? So intrusive thoughts are a great example of the law of reversed effort. And and I've cited this study several times on the show and many things, but in the 1980s, Dr. Daniel Wegner did this whole, these experiments on white bears and other unwanted thoughts. I think that's the title of his book, White Bears and Other Unwanted Thoughts. And the whole study is he brought people in this room and he said, hey, for these 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever, like, don't think of a white bear, right? You can do anything else. Don't think of a white bear. And if you do, make sure you mark it down. And what happened is as he told people, hey, don't think of white bears, what's the exact thing that happened? The same thing that's happening with you right now. If I tell you, don't think of a white bear or a yellow elephant or a red fire hydrant or a, purple plane, right? It's like, as soon as I tell you something, your imagination is going to create that. And what happens is, and as he found, he's like, the more he told people not to think of white bears, the more they thought of them, right? And then what happens is, after they were trying to suppress the thought or not have the thought of white bears, because of the act of thought suppression, paradoxically, they started experiencing white thoughts outside of the study and even reported having dreams of white bears, right? So when you're saying, how do I stop intrusive thoughts? The problem is that trying to stop intrusive thoughts is going to create more intrusive thoughts. That's the paradox. So the paradox of stopping intrusive thoughts is actually your willingness to allow their presence in your awareness, right? In the space of your awareness, and not try to stop them. Because you're not conditioning your brain to believe that they're, one, dangerous, and you're not trying to suppress a natural event, which is a thought. Now, intrusive thoughts, they tend to, again, be more disturbing, scary, all this stuff. But the act of your ability to experience them, right, notice them, and not try to push them away is what is communicating to your brain and nervous system. These really aren't dangerous. They're not useful. And paradoxically, your brain starts producing them less and less and less when you don't care if they're there, right? So the answer to the question is more along the lines of, how do I stop intrusive thoughts? Well, I know how not to stop them. And it's, don't suppress them, right? Don't analyze them. Don't push them away. Don't try to replace them with good thoughts. All those acts of trying to stop them are paradoxically the mental compulsions that you're doing that are keeping them coming, right? And so that's why we teach, the AAA response, right, in the Taking Back Control program. And we really anchor into that approach to really make sure you're not engaging in any mental behaviors or physical behaviors. And through that process, you're breaking the loop, which in turn generally produces less intrusive thoughts. And it's a big paradox. But even then, the goal is not actually to not have the thoughts. It's actually to not engage in the behaviors that are reinforcing the thoughts. So changing the question and changing the goal. And then, so ideally your question is shifting to not how do I stop thoughts, but how do I stop all the behaviors that are creating the thoughts, that are perpetuating this loop. And if you shift your focus to that, then that's why, obviously, I believe the AAA response is the best way to do that. And there's a little guide that's free down right in the link that will at least get you started with it and introduce you to how it works, what it is. And so you can download that for free. And then obviously you can check out our workshop on it. You can check out our, our Taking Back Control program, and mastering that response will indirectly get you that result. So, and even then it's not about really that result at all. So, so hope that helps. Hope that clarifies that question. And, yeah, that'll conclude this little segment. So thanks for watching, and, hope you have a great week. Talk to you soon. Hey there, hope you enjoyed that recent video. We really would appreciate your support real quick if you could like and subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for help with OCD and anxiety, please check out the links below or visit restoredminds.com, as we'd be happy to help you on your journey. Thanks so much.